I'll probably be the first politician to ever swear on the Bible and read it.
You ain't black.
And you ain't black.
I find there's an irony, and I know you guys wanted to talk about Joe Biden mentioning we might be able to celebrate the 4th of July. And I got to tell you, I no longer think it's about Republican versus Democrat. It's about citizen versus the state. Maybe that's just the libertarian in me, right?
It's about control.
The educated citizens, not the uneducated citizens.
Okay, that's true. That's true. So I think that is the ultimate tyrannical statist flex. To
Not
say,
only that,
I might let you celebrate Independence Day.
That in addition to him signing 42 plus executive orders in the first 30 days, not giving any press conferences, not answering any questions from reporters. It's like literally do as I say and shut up and don't ask any questions.
Lucas, your mic is hot right now. I think it's steaming over there. Can you slow down? It's already hot on this side.
It's like, yo.
Lucas, man.
No, but Cardon, the fact that you just brought that up though, I mean, who is this? Who does this man even think he is to even make a statement like that?
Okay, so for someone that's actually a public official, how do you feel about the president of the United States basically declaring and saying, listen, we need everybody to take a vaccine pretty much. And if we all do that by April or whatnot or July, then we will have a, small Independence Day. Not a big one like we used to have, but maybe you can have an Independence Day, the day in which that we celebrate Americans' independence.
Right. Yeah. So the problem is, and this is what happened all of last year, people are focusing on that phrase. At the end of the day, the Democratic Party right now is panhandling to the African American community in such a way to where, if you ever heard and listened to, a lot of African Americans always say, well, we were slaves during the signing of the Declaration of Independence, so that really isn't our Independence Day. Like our Independence Day was, Juneteenth. You'll hear that phrase a lot. You'll hear that statement a lot.
We'll celebrate that too.
And the sad thing about it is, the sad thing about that day is that there's a man by the name of Crispus Attucks that President John Adams called a real American hero. And he was the first African American man that died during the Revolutionary War. At the Boston Massacre. There were many blacks that died in that war that fought alongside whites. And so to say that blacks didn't celebrate the 4th of July, I understand Frederick Douglass wrote a beautiful speech, What Is It to Us, the 4th of July? And that's what it is. It's just really just playing more into this victimhood that a lot of, black leaders are trying to milk the system. And at the end of the day, is going to find out what us less. This is like the Reverend Jesse Jackson. This is the Al Sharptons that stay in power while we continue to keep black people on welfare, keep them oppressed, keep them. So this is the shuck and jive that's coming in the black community.
It's the shuck and jive. And in addition to that, I feel it's a separation. It seems that government and these Democrats of America, they want to separate black Americans from even being American. It's almost like we have Americans and then we have black people. They have to talk to us differently. They have to treat us differently.
We have our own national anthem.
We don't have.
We have our own national
anthem. We got our own national anthem. We got our own this and why are we so separate? I feel that now more than ever, black conservatives and even normal thinking black people want to be infused in the fabric of our country just as much as any other American.
Well, you saw so you saw how the way they handled the George Floyd thing. Right. So that was a great opportunity to unify the country because everybody was both upset. Left and right. Every law enforcement that I talked to was upset. But because they chose to not use that to bring us together, they use it to even divide us even further, and that's why really, it bothers me when I go back and I look at like the Barack Obama presidencies and different individuals that could have used those moments to unite us, but they used it to continue to keep this narrative. It's like the movie, like here's a good Democratic movie for you to watch is The Village. Watch the movie The Village. You ever get a chance to? M. Night Shyamalan.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
The elders in the community kept the people blind, kept them thinking that they were in
afraid
the 1800s, but they were really in right now daytime. And they kept this monster in a red coat running around,
and they all believed
the Republicans. Kept thinking that it was a Republican running around the woods.
Speak on it.
You don't want to be around the Republicans because they're gonna mess around.
Suggesting M. Night Shyamalan is a closeted Republican? Did you hear it first? Right now? Did you hear it here first?
I'm telling you, man. I got a great understanding of the Democratic Party by watching the movie The Village. And I'm like, man. And the only person they let go outside the village was a blind girl.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go.
Oh, actually, no. She was the only one brave enough
to go outside.
to go outside.
She didn't believe
Yes,
it.
and she was the one that character arced. We need to be specific.
But they
about
voted
this.
for the village elders voted for her to go ahead and go because they knew she couldn't really see nothing.
Oh,
How
you know, I got to
nefarious
go
is
back. I gotta watch it again
I
to
need to watch
understand
it
the
again,
political
too.
significance. I didn't see the first time around.
It's just like the book Eli.
But even as a kid, when I saw that movie,
you got to see that twice.
Yeah.
it didn't make sense to me. Like the M. Night Shyamalan Village. Even as a kid, when I saw that, I could understand. I'm thinking, how are all these adults so stupid? I mean, for me, I'm starting to think you either got it or you don't. At this point,
Yeah,
like
at this point.
you can't like learn to be
critical thinker.
a critical thinker.
So even
you
like-
can't
so-
learn to have common
Really
sense.
can't.
So even like right now, you ever, if you remember watching the movie with Ice Cube, Higher Learning,
Oh, one of my favorite.
the
movies.
white guy Remy was not racist in the beginning of the movie, but because of how his black, the guy that slept in the dorm room with him and how they was treating him, Busta Rhymes and all, they eventually made him feel like he didn't belong in that room,
Exactly.
which opened up an invitation for white supremacy.
And then the white supremacy saw what he was going through and
Right,
saw him
and
there
and played on it.
Played him in. Just got
Well,
him in
I
there.
worry about that though, because we've had a couple of specific instances here in which people have really had, like, there was a specific, I don't know if you remember the high school where there was a bunch of signs that were posted saying it's okay to be white, you know, and you know, it ended up being kind of like a backdoor. Well, people said it was like a backdoor recruiting tool for a white supremacist organization and things like that. However, I look at that and I think, how bad is your messaging from a racial justice and equity and race relations perspective if a poster simply saying it is okay to
Right.
have your skin color
Something as
is going
innocuous
to
as
be
that.
an
That's crazy.
effective recruiting tool? Like, how badly do you have to be making these junior high civics and junior high social studies students feel with your anti-white male rhetoric?
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? For them
prominent.
to accidentally get duped into white supremacy by a sign that says, "Oh, hey, it's okay to be white." You know what I'm saying?
But that's
Like-
what society is doing. Coca-Cola, you know, be less white.
Be less white,
You know,
yeah.
and it's paying towards a lot of that anger, and it's creating this narrative to just continue to just push a divide and making people more angry, you know. And so that's why I'm really pushing this movement, man, to really unify this country and use this platform, you know, to really push the ideal of bringing us together.
If people want to follow you and get more information on your campaign that's coming up, where can they get information? Where can they donate?
Yeah, you just got to find me in the streets, man. The streets is my office.
I like that.
You got
Which street? What, 79th and Inglewood? What?
Nah, you know, right now, so we do have a website, renewingamerica2022.org. I'm pushing our PastorBrianForCongress.com should be up pretty soon. You can definitely follow me at Real Pastor Brian, because I am a real pastor, so I'm not like you know, I'll probably be the first politician to ever swear on the Bible and read it.
Wow.
You know, so I
Oh,
kind of
that's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
know the Bible.
I see what you did there.
right. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that? But yeah, you know, I'm just getting started. You know, I'm just out in the streets. But you know, my Twitter account, Facebook, would be the first place to follow me and find me at. So
Okay.
So I think it's fair to say that you're a pastor that spoke out about your beliefs. Black America pushed back against you, and you went around the victim mentality, and you are not only won an office, but now you're running for a second office. So I think that's fair to say that
You ain't black.
yeah.
You ain't black.
And you ain't black.